just finished a nice episode with a crypto person who came here to share his story. He started with 3 different businesses and he failed, he struggled until he became a good company by doing many things in crypto. Stay tuned and see you soon in this episode. So, Dmitry, how did you find the place? Everything?
No,
easy?
I like it. It's very nice, very cozy.
And nothing on the table. What
That's
do you
fine.
think we can do something? We can add something here to
Like
make
kebab?
it. Dmitry is
Kebab,
coming. Make something here. Max or you water? You have water? You got water?
No, he didn't give me. He bought it for me, but he never gave it.
Oh, now we organize everything.
But we need to put the stickers over here. No, it's allowed? Okay.
But there is something, team. He's wearing yellow and the background is yellow. What about we exchange this? We'll be better, right? So we can see the face of Dmitry when there is a...
No, then people will think like yellow is success and I am successful and this is successful.
So when you came, Dmitry, here, we were going to supermarket because we had another episode.
Okay.
With one person is coming. And I think you came here, you went to other places, you made a round 3 times, 4 times.
No, when I was coming here, actually, I called him because from the very beginning, he told me it's exactly opposite the Business Central Towers.
Okay.
The opposite is actually next building, not this one. But thanks God, he told me that Sumo is here. I knew Sumo Sushi, so I came exactly to this place. And I started calling him because he never mentioned to me any specific place apart from your name and timing. That's all. So when I came to the security downstairs, I tried to explain him. Like, this is the guy, I'm going there, it's like should be studio or something. So the main idea, he told me, you have to go to the 2nd floor to your right. So I went to my right, I went all the way there, all the way back. Then he said, maybe it's also 3rd floor. So once I went to the 3rd floor, on the 12th missing call, he replied to me. And he said, I'm waiting for, and the way he replied, like, where are you? I'm waiting for you downstairs in the lobby. Like the way, like he's accusing me, why are you calling me? I'm actually waiting for you downstairs, waiting for you. So yeah,
amazing. This is really a great feedback, and we are just starting and we are enhancing. Thank you. We can do it next time. So Dmitry, you came here in UAE, in Dubai 15 years ago because you had a mission, you had something. You said to yourself, I'm coming here. I'm gonna do it. Maybe I failed. Maybe I do many bad things, but I'm gonna do it. Now, what I understand, you are managing 3 companies and you are also advising other 3 companies. I want to hear, everyone are excited to hear your story. When you came, how you struggled, how did you do in order to become this person today?
To be honest with you, it's much less encouraging from the very beginning, as you mentioned, because my father was Consul General of Russia in Dubai from 2007 till 2012. Okay. My main idea was to come here, using his position to make as much money as possible and go back to Russia. Okay. And most of the people, they come to Dubai for a couple of years to make money and leave. Yeah. So I ended up spending 15 years here. In 3 days, it's going to be my birthday in Dubai, like 15 years now.
Happy birthday in advance.
So what actually happened, because I moved here very young person and I wasn't really clearly understanding what I'm supposed to be doing. The best idea in those days, it was to go to real estate because all the real estate guys was after my father and like sending people to them and getting my commission. That's what I didn't do. But the only clever thing what I did, and I don't hide that, is my father, he was in the position of the level of minister. Okay. So he had a lot of access to the local families, royal families, all the ministers, etc. So I sat down and I wrote the list of people that I want to meet, including like all of them, Sultan bin Sulaim, Muhammad Abar, Mr. Girgawi, and so on and so on and so on. So while he was here, I managed to meet all of them and got introduced to all of them. And another good thing that I was doing is like I always tried to be in touch. So obviously I was young. I couldn't give any value to them at those days, but at least I could be kind to them. So I was sending them best wishes, trying to be in contact. Maybe some interesting projects came on board I was trying to offer them, but not really bothering them. So till the moment when I became more mature, that is the time when I believe started being interesting for them, because I could make a real value for them in terms of the project. But most of my life, to be honest, till 2020, till 2021, I had all these connections. I was doing some business, but most of my business was never related to those connections. I always failed to do the business through using these connections.
How did you fail? How did you fail about the business? Like, what was the issue? How did you learn until you came here?
The main issue, I will tell you the story. So let me just give you a quick story of my life, how I ended up in Dubai. So once I came, there was a furniture company from Russia. They were very much interested to come to this market. So they gave me a position of project manager. I was the one who was managing most of the stuff for them in Dubai. Unfortunately, the guys, they were not really understanding what to do in the market. So at some point I told them, like, sorry, I want to leave the company. So I managed to bring them a good showroom on Sheikh Zayed Road. I'm not sure if you were there here, but those days, 15 years ago, nobody could ever find you a showroom on Sheikh Zayed Road. It was so complicated. There was a queue of people waiting for the showroom. But we were lucky. We managed to find showroom. We rented out 2 apartments for the staff. We participated in a huge furniture exhibition. But it was very hard to move with it. So we fell apart with the company, so I had to resign. But I was very lucky, because at the very early age, a company called Eventica, it's actually event management company from UK, they had an event dedicated to Russia called Russia Investment Roadshow, a huge event. So the guy, of course, it's not only because I was clever, but because of my father. He offered me a minor share in the company plus the director position. So about when I was 24 or something, I became already director of the company. So for me, it was something very challenging. We made a huge event. I'm sure you can Google it, because they should be still mentioned, because it was 600 people. It was Dubai DP World there. It was Russian Railways there. Huge event. It was very successful, but it was 2008. So
financial crisis.
Exactly. So the whole idea of that company, when we came on the market, it was to do events for the developers. Because those days, like, you can really don't pay for the drinks, don't pay for the food, just wait for the evening, because every single evening, any developer would have a super cool event with the drinks, with the food, etc., etc. But 2008 canceled everything. So another challenging stuff that I came to, because the guy, he didn't want to invest more in the company, and there was some pending amounts for the staff and so on, so on, and so on. I didn't have my money those days, so I called the guy, and even he was much older than me. But I said, like, listen, we have a certain responsibilities in front of our staff. We have to manage it. He said, no, I don't care. I said, you don't care? Okay, fine. I'm going for the bankruptcy. I'm applying for the bankruptcy of the company. I'm selling all the stuff from the office. I'm paying out the salaries. He ignored me, but we were lucky. One of the sponsors of the event, he didn't pay on time, so he paid later on. So once I saw the money on the account, I paid out all the debts, handed over the company to the guy, and left the company. After that, I joined. What was my next step? In the meantime, I already started doing some of my own business. One of my first business, it's very funny business. I really love it. It's civilian gas masks for evacuation. So actually, it's a small mask on the face with, like, I would say it's kind of a plastic, but special plastic that doesn't burn immediately, because most of the people, they die not because of the fire, they die because of the smoke when they fire in the building. The funny thing is that we brought about 500 pieces, and we ended up almost selling the whole quantity to UAE Navy in Abu Dhabi. I don't know why they need it, but they bought it. So that business was more or less okay. We didn't continue it because it was super complicated, but we ended up, at least it was like zero, maybe some minimum profit. Then I joined VTB Capital as assistant to the chief operating officer. That was very interesting experience.
Okay.
Because to be honest, there was two mafias: Pakistani mafia and Lebanese mafia.
Okay.
And there was always fighting inside the company.
Group of people. And they have a competition between them.
Exactly. That was exactly that way. So, and there was only two Russian, me and one girl. So we were like in the middle, like who to support, Lebanese or Pakistani, who is right, who is wrong. Exactly. So people starting resigning from the company, like one Lebanese, then one Pakistani, then one Lebanese, then Pakistani, etc., etc. I started bringing already black caviar from Russia.
Okay.
That was very delicious business. It was amazing. So we brought about 20 kilos. It was small investment, about $20,000 roughly. And I went to a chef, I think he's still the executive chef of Jumeirah, with super complicated German name. Gradinzer, I don't remember exactly. It was very complicated. So I had a meeting with him and I showed him the caviar. And the caviar was packed, if you're familiar with the caviar, the first kind of old-fashioned one, it was a blue tin with a red rubber around it. So when he saw it, and he was like a very, not old guy, but pretty one, pretty kind of mature guy. So when he saw it, he almost started crying. He was German, said, "Listen, Dmitry, it's like the caviar from the Soviet Union. I remember these tins. When I was a kid, my parents were buying it in Germany." So he tasted and said, "Dmitry, I cannot compare your caviar to any Iranian caviar. This is the best caviar I ever tried. And believe me, come to tender, I'm 100% sure you will win." Well, obviously, I'm not going to support you, but I know because of the taste, of the quality, you're going to win. But I was so much young, I never thought that there could be some kind of issues in Dubai with the business. So one day I brought, it was like... the cold bag, but designed cold bag with the ice inside, and I think 3 or 4 cans, I brought it there. Then the tender is supposed to be happen within 1 week time. Like 1 week passed, nobody called me. 2 weeks passed, nobody called me. Like, what's going on? I started calling the chef, said, "Dmitry, I don't know what happened, really." But there was, like, he was the main guy, but there was also 2 sous chefs who was testing the caviar. He said, "When we tasted your caviar, it was like a rubber. We couldn't even chew it. It wasn't melting. We don't know what happened." I was so much discouraged. Like, I swear, I didn't know what to do. Like, why? What happened? No, okay, life continues. But then later on, I met one company. It's distribution company, big one in the market, like with the also German manager, but owner obviously local guy. And then he explained me, said, "Dmitry, the main idea in this kind of business is not to have the connection with the top guy, is to have the connection with the lower guy." Because what most probably happened, that the guy who took the bag from me, he already got kind of gratitude from Iranian company, let's call it, or another company. So instead of bringing it directly to the guys or bringing it directly to the refrigerator, he most probably opened it, put it on the sun for like half an hour, so it's not really spoiled, but it loses its quality, and then he gave it on the table for the tender. So I was discouraged, but I continued. But then it was... We had an office in Golden Diamond Park. We bought a special, like, it was very hard, but we found a special fridge for the caviar because it should be special temperature there. We put it in the office. But obviously nobody came to the office during the weekend. And one day we're coming to the office after the weekend, and the temperature instead of -1 is showing +45.
What does it mean?
Like...
melting.
Something happened in the fridge, and the fridge started heating it instead of cooling.
Opposite side.
Exactly. And it was about 19 kilos. Almost full stuff that was there, it was 19 kilos.
Wow.
When I saw that and we actually raised an investment. It was small investment of 20,000, but still, I didn't know what to do. When I saw that, I was so much discouraged. Like, what to do? And obviously you have to give this money back, but was it investments? But we ended up talking to the same guy, so he invested one more time. And there was another issue that now I also understand it's an issue, so I made a good lesson out of that. One of my friends, he introduced me to the wholesalers, and it was an Indian company that, as they told me, they were dealing with the hotels, they know all the stuff, they can help us. And they did 0 sales, like basically 0.
Wow.
And we gave everything to them. I mean, not everything. They didn't owe the Caviar, but like we stopped doing anything. We said, okay, you're the wholesalers. We're ready to share profit 50-50, but you do the job. And they did zero job.
Wow. So they gave you a great story to inspire you to work with them, and then
nothing was sold. Nothing was. And to be honest with you, the funny thing is our price was very competitive. It's not something we were higher than Iranians. We were pretty the same level, sometimes even cheaper. And we were ready to decrease our margin to penetrate the market. But we ended up doing nothing. And I think we sold about 10 or 15 kilos, more or less covered the debts and shut down the company.
So third businesses didn't go.
No, it was second business. My own business was second one. Yeah. So the first one was more or less okay. We came to the zero. The second one failed.
Nothing. The third one?
The third one, I'm coming to that point. So after that, I resigned from VTB. When I was doing the Caviar business, I resigned from VTB because I didn't have enough time. And at the very beginning, VTB promised me to give like 2 hours per day that I can handle my business. But then the new CEO came and he said, no, forget it. You cannot do any business anymore. You have to work the working hours. So I resigned from VTB thinking that I will be doing a lot of profit in the Caviar. And then Caviar failed. So now I'm sitting in the middle of nowhere with no salary, no income from the business, nothing. And like, what to do? All of a sudden it happened that my ex-colleague from VTB Capital, he met one super cool company, and now this company is also working on the market. It's called Insignia. Insignia company, super interesting thing, because Insignia is the company at those days, I'm not sure about now, but those days they were holding the world record on a single transaction per card. So one guy, he paid 20-something million pounds by card.
Amazing, Dmitry, to hear these stories, 3 stories, like you didn't go, you tried, but nothing happened. So when you started your business, you were at age of 24, right?
23, 22, yeah.
23 or 22. And I want to ask you a question, really. It's a really nice story. Like, nothing comes perfect. You have to struggle. You have to fail. You have, in order to be a successful person, to learn, to do many things. When you started the first business, did you have a lot of money to spend, or just you started with a few money?
No, the first business, it was a little bit of savings. So the gas mask was pretty much easy to start. We had, I think we brought it under some of the guys. I think the local guy gave me his company to bring it in. So I used his company to deliver the goods. And it was general trading license, I believe. Yeah, we had general trading license. So that's how we managed to bring the Caviar after that. So it wasn't a lot of expenses. And those days it was much cheaper and much easier. Now, to be honest, I think it's slightly more complicated, but more transparent. Because those days, internet was not there. I mean, like, it wasn't so much covering stuff. And still a lot of cheating was happening on the market. So it was still a little bit kind of dangerous. But in the meantime, it was slightly easier because there was less restrictions and less control. Now it's slightly more complicated, but more transparent. So you're more secure right now.
So after you failed 3 times in businesses, what did you do in order to open or to launch a new business? That's where I was coming. It's now the interesting part is starting. So once I worked with Insignia for some time, the business model was not so perfect. And the reason for that is our target audience was Russian clients, the VIP, super rich guys. And I managed to have I would say, under table agreement with some staff in Burj Al Arab that I was delivering some letters, and named one, like I was finding out who is the guy who is living in Burj Al Arab, the Russian name. I was sending them an official letters requesting for the meeting to introduce our services, and the people inside Burj Al Arab was helping me to deliver it. So we started getting the leads locally, but obviously the product was very expensive. So we're talking about $250,000 of investments in that product. But I had only probably 2 or 3 meetings while they were here. So the main idea was for the Russian office to continue discussions in Russia in order to finalize the deal. I don't know what happened, but we had zero. We had about, I think, 3 or 4 sales during my work there. And the company, they didn't shut down, but they froze the activity. And then
my whole world actually ruined. By the end of 2013, I realized that I'm a bankrupt.
Okay.
Like I
Nothing, zero.
I couldn't pay my rent. I was living at my friend's place.
Wow.
And I still remember, it was December 2013 when I'm not sure if I can say that, but I will tell you honestly, I was drinking every single day, smoking shisha, playing PlayStation, and waiting for my father and my mother to send me ticket to go back to Russia. And all of a sudden, I met a lady, a coach, that said, Dmitry, you have to pay me $500. And I swear it was my last money. I swear. my mobiles was already disconnected.
Okay.
I said, listen, I cannot pay you that money. Like, it's my last money. I cannot survive. I said, believe me, just do it. I really paid, swear, my last money.
Yeah.
And she started doing me she did obviously a coaching for me, some kind of mind transformation stuff. And then she started giving me tasks, how to do it, how to whatever.
Actions.
Exactly. And I was like downgrading myself. I went to the company as a broker, like a simple broker. Within half a year time, I paid all my debts out.
Oh.
Everything was paid out. Within half a year time, a friend of mine, she offered me to become a director in her company for the real estate.
Okay.
So that's what I did. And those days, the first thing like I'm really proud of, it wasn't very profitable, but the thing what we actually did, we did the first step that a lot of companies are doing right now. I was the first one. I'm really proud of that. It came to my mind that after 2008, a lot of Russians, they lost money in the real estate.
Yeah.
And when they're coming to Dubai Land Department, they speak zero English, zero Arabic. And they so much was hating Dubai for losing their money because they're not getting any support.
Okay.
So again, using my father, I came to Sultan Bilmejren, the general manager of Dubai Land Department, said, listen, let's put a Russian window downstairs. Okay. I'll be supporting you. I'll bring my staff, blah, 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 etc. It took me 1.5 years to convince them. He was happy from the very beginning, but to finalize it, because tomorrow, inshallah. It took us 1.5 years to finalize it. My office, imagine a government structure. My office was at the ground floor next to all the customer service. So my staff was sitting there on the ground floor. And now it's called real estate promotion trustees. But those days I was the first. After that they came India, they opened Indian real estate promotion trustees, then international, then I think different countries, Chinese was there, etc., etc. The only bad thing that I did there, again, I didn't have enough experience those days. Okay. So my business model was counting on the people who are coming to the Dubai Land Department, seeing my company sitting there, they will be getting a level of loyalty to me because obviously government sector, the company sitting there, they should be reliable guys. And I will be getting like referrals for the legal services, referrals for the real estate purchases, etc., etc. But my main mistake was that people who are coming to the Dubai Land Department, they actually didn't have money to have lawyers and assistants. Okay. And those people who had money, their lawyers and their assistants was coming to the Dubai Land Department. Okay. So I couldn't really get a hold of those people who had money to pay me, and I wasn't able to generate profit. So I spent about, I think within 3 years' time, we spent about $150,000 on the project with zero outcome.
Zero profit, zero nothing,
There was another issue over there. When we came on board, in my agreement was mentioned that I am obliged to make 3 events about the Dubai Land Department in CIS countries per year. Obliged. After 1 month of work there, they signed a contract with the company. I don't want to say their names, not to make them PR. Okay. They signed the agreement with that company. They had exclusive right. I had obligation, and they had exclusive right to make all the events about the Dubai Land Department outside of UAE. So there was a huge contradiction. Okay. And we managed to have a huge event. I brought in Russia. I brought there personally, I think about 5 people from Forbes personally came to that event. Amazing. but the organization was terrible. What these guys did, it was terrible.
You felt shamed, like I brought them, but I'm not able to help them or to do something.
Exactly, because the organization was disaster. What happened there, like they brought some people, people who they invited, and they came for the event with the business card printed on the paper.
What is this?
And then when I started already talking to different developers, to Mark, to all these guys, they started telling me the story. Like, Dmitry, when we came to China with these guys, they brought buses with the people that they paid, I don't know, $10 or $20 for them to come to show to the developers that they brought people.
Yeah.
So it was disaster, and it was very hard then to work with the developers, because developers saying like, we don't want to do anything in common with the Byline department because they failed to deliver with that guys. How we can trust you? Anyhow, in the meantime, I got back to consultancy because all my life was related to consultancy, helping people, opening the companies, doing connections, etc. This is when my life started going back on the track. It was a company called Al-Mubadara. We worked, I think, about 5 years together with the guy. It was company formations, helping, raising investments for the Russian project, raising investments for the local projects.
Yeah. I want to encourage everyone to do this, like failing until you find your way. Now, you mentioned about when you just came, I know your father was a consultant or consul here in UAE, working the ambassadors or doing meeting with the great people here in UAE, knowing many people. Do you think your success belongs to your father? Or do you recommend like everyone who wants to open a business or to do things should have a support from his father?
The funny thing is, if we look into the market right now, especially even Russian market, to be honest, I truly believe that entrepreneurship in UAE is still at a very low level. Because of huge support for the local people from the government, it's much easier for them. But if you look into successful stories in Russia, most of the people who are really successful, they are coming from the very poor families. Very poor families that they had nothing to eat, they lived in village, and then because they had to fight through their life, they became very successful. I truly believe that my father and my mom, they gave me a lot of knowledge in this life. They gave me the connections as well. But I'm not hiding that I was trying to use those connections for the past 10 years. And only now those connections started paying me back for all the relations that I put in. And my father, he's a politician. He never had any experience in business. And I grew up also in a very kind of closed way. So I was taken care. My mom and my father, they bought me a car when I was in university. Even though my father never had a car by that time, they bought me as a present a car. So I think if my father was not there, there is a possibility that I would become successful much faster. Or there is a possibility that I would never become successful. I don't know. Either way, I'm here with what I have. And now I do realize that without my expertise, without my hard work, without my knowledges, because I had still to switch my mind. I grew up in a political family. I had to switch out from the government services to the entrepreneurship. It's much harder. Imagine a quick one. Imagine, for example, you were studying a business, to do business in university in that way. When you come out from university, the world changes. And you had to do business this way. It means that instead of learning it from the scratch, you have to change yourself to start doing the business. So I believe for me, it was a much longer way to come to the business rather than from the people who started business from the scratch.
You reminded me of something, Dmitry. I know many people here or outside, I heard a lot of stories. Like the parents were giving them money, maybe millions and 2 millions or 3 millions to open business or to do anything. When they start to do business, they lose the money very quick. 2 million or 3 million. You know why? because there is a missing of foundation. It's
Exactly.
not about the money or capital or resources or something. There is foundation inside a person, like how to deal with the situation, how to engage with the environment, how to get up after you fail, how you respond when you are rejected, how you to be patient, how to control your emotion. That's are the foundation for success of everyone. That's what you are telling you. You're telling us. You're telling me. You're telling another person. It's not about the parents. Maybe you made long journey until you reach this point. And instead of that, you could have struggled more, failed more, and you found your way faster. And let's come to this point. You after you failed with the 3 businesses, Caviar and investment, and the other one, if you reminded me, if you can,
Gas masks.
Yeah, gas mask. Now, how the idea came? I know you are now cryptocurrency person, dealing with many investors, making money for them and for yourself, for everyone here. How the idea came to yourself? I think you didn't have experience to do that. You have experience in
No, investment. I never had experience.
So
I had a bad experience with the crypto. One of the people from Ukraine, people that I knew, they came with the crypto project and they were raising funds. And they asked me to organize an event for them in Dubai. So I did organize an event for them. A lot of VIP people, local guys, Indian guys, like very rich one, they came for the event. And because crypto was still very early, so nobody really was involved too much.
When was this one?
2016 maybe,
2016,
something. 16, 17. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna, and a lot of people, they actually expressed their interest to know more about the project. But thanks God, nobody invested. Because it happened to be a scam. And then I met the guy who actually brought me to the project. Said, listen, it was a scam. Why did you do that? He said, yes, we knew it's a scam from the very beginning. But why the hell you didn't tell me about that? Why I was your friend and you behaved that way? And it was disaster. So that was a bad experience. So anyhow, my consultancy was doing very well. So it was happening. We were very successful in that. And at some point, I have to mention this story to you because in order to explain you how I ended up in crypto right now. So at some point, I realized that my life is too good. I bought new Porsche Cayenne. Oh, wow. I moved to the new apartment. Everything was very well. And I wanted to make the profit twice, triple in a very fast way. So I was offered to do a gold business in Africa, but I was stupid enough not to ask my friends anything about it. To cut the story, it was a very long story, so if you want later on, I can tell you about it. We ended up losing about $800,000 over there. Wow. The police was after that, the mercenaries was after us in Africa. I spent 3.5 months over there. So when I came back to Dubai, about half a year, I had to go through understanding that I lost this money, and it wasn't only my money, it was investors' money as well. Then half a year it took me to start doing something to go back, because already was, rentals should be paid, school of my daughter should be paid, a lot of stuff. And then 1 year I was working like crazy, and the worst thing was happening, I do the deal, the guy's telling me, yes, tomorrow I'll sign the agreement or the check or whatever, and something happened all the time, within 1 year time. I swear, I went to astrologist, theta healer. I started looking for different options to understand what's wrong in my life. Why is it happening to me? Like I always knew how to make money, but nothing is going back to life. And I had a very nice guy. I have to mention him because we're still friends, and I believe that I still owe him for the things where am I. His name is Vitaly. By that time, we never met. We just was friends in Telegram only. We met in one group, and he started sending me some people for introduction. So one of the guys that he sent to me was Anton. He's my current partner. He wanted just to open a company for crypto in Dubai. Those days, crypto was not, it was still in Dubai, but there was no crypto license over there. So a friend of mine from the Free Zone, he told me how we can do the company. And again, the funny thing is the guy came to Dubai and we were supposed to do him visa only for 1 week, and he was supposed to fly. But the visa got delayed because he came on the national day.
Yeah.
So he spent 2 weeks over here instead of 1 week, and he liked Dubai.
Okay.
So he ended up spending time till July 2021. So like more than half a year
No
time.
visa or nothing. Or
And then when I started the company, he said, listen, I need a lawyer, I need some support.
Yeah.
So I started as a lawyer digging around. Right now, I'm more of a crypto lawyer, I would say, rather than a trader. I know a lot of stuff, a lot of legislation worldwide. Also, I'm working closely with VARA, Virtual Asset Regulator Authority right now. They're considering to bring our company as one of the 40 companies that they want to take care of. And I still was struggling, to be honest, those days. And the guy, the guy for Tony, my partner Anton, I'm very grateful to him, because I explained him the situation, that I still owe a lot of money, I cannot pay them out, my deals are not going on. And he gave me a super important lesson that I'm sharing right now with everyone, every single day that I meet people. He tells me, Dmitry, I can see you're concentrated on returning your debts instead of earning money. Because every single morning I swear, like it was in my life, even I'm talking to you and it's, you know.
It's pump, huh? Your hair is standing, guys, you can see.
I was waking up in the morning, picking up my phone with the trembling arms, because another person who was my investor was texting me like, I'm going to come and take money from you, what is going on, I'm going to find. And I never hide it from anyone. I was always replying. But it was so depressing waking up in the morning and seeing another message with, you know, swearing at me or something. I don't know how it happened, but he was telling me, Dmitry, you're doing wrong. You're concentrating on how to return the money instead of how to make the money. And one day I just wake up and I say, can we swear? And I say like, fuck it. I'm tired. Like, I'm not hiding from these guys. I'm not living my luxury life without paying them money. I'm surviving. And yes, it happened. Yes, I blame myself. It was my mistake. But at the end of the day, I'm ready to return this money. So when the people started calling me, I said, listen, you want this money? I said, yes, I want this money. You don't trust that I will return this money for you? Come to Dubai. I'll take you to the police. We'll come together. I'll sign the check in front of the police. You deposit it directly to the police and put me to jail. The only thing is, if I go to jail, I would consider my debt paid to you. So please don't ask for the money after that. And all of them started like, no, Dmitry, no, please don't. It's okay. And then my life changed. Like my life changed dramatically.
Shifted your mind from negativity to positive. And instead of paying the debt, making money now.
Exactly.
It's same thing. It reminds me for something. Many people here, when it starts business or when doing something, they are thinking at the first. It's by as a human nature, they think about the negative things could happen. I'm going to lose. I'm going not making money. I'm going. If I take loan, I cannot pay loan. And instead of thinking the goals, why I made this business, I want to serve people, I want to consult people, I want at the same time I consult them, I create impact, at the same time I gain money. That's all about Dmitry is sharing today. It's changing the thoughts from negative to the positive things, from debt to make money. And how did you do it after?
You know, the funny thing is, this is exactly what I wanted to say with my story right now. Do you do the, how to call it, the ski boarding by any chance?
Ski boarding, yes. I did it once, I felt 100 times.
The funny thing is, in the ski board, if you do it, always the trainer will say you, the way, the direction where you're looking, you will go that direction. If you look right, you'll go, the board will go right. If you go left, the board will go left. This is exactly the same thing. It is super important to understand what you're focusing on. If you focus on the negativity, if you focus on losing money, if you focus on how to pay rent next year, next month, because I have rent for my office, forget it. You will never do the business. If you, I know most of the successful stories, come on, the Ford, remember Ford, the story? His wife was complaining like, you're doing nothing, you're sitting in the garage you will never succeed. And one day he went out from the garage with the car. This is exactly the same thing. Look into the future, in your bright future.
Yeah.
Understand that everything is possible. The life is like that.
True.
Now I do understand it, and I'm living my happy life. And when something happens wrong in my life right now, I never discuss it. Okay, fine. Something happened, no issues. Let's understand how to handle it. So back to the story.
Yeah.
Those days when my partner was here and I was here, some, let's say, rumors or talks started going on the market for the crypto license. So I started looking for the crypto license through my connections. And one of my local friends, he called to DMCC and DIFC. DIFC said it's still in process. DMCC said it should be available shortly. So I started touching Ahmed bin Suleim. He's also a friend of mine. Said, listen, well, let's do it. So he introduced me to his compliance guy.
Okay.
And once they opened the crypto licenses, we were the first one to apply for the trading one.
Okay.
So I don't know, we were very desperate to get it. So I was like 2.5 weeks, we were working 24/7. They were providing all the documents, all the information, wherever it's possible. And we were the first one to get the license.
Okay.
So Ahmed bin Suleim, Saif al-Mansouri, those guys, they were opening our office. More than 130 news websites posted the news about us. 130. If you Google Tres OTC, you will see like, all the news pages over there. So, but again, coming to the story like of not being afraid, none of us had an experience in OTC business, because OTC is related to crypto trading. My partner, he's a professional trader, so he knows how to trade with his hands. Another partner of mine, he's IT guy, so he knows how to do the blockchain, how to make smart contracts, etc. I'm a legal guy. We never had any understanding how to do that. And then slowly we get into the point. We managed to bring compliance officer on board, AML policy, KYC. People started talking about us, and now we're getting more and more requests. So alhamdulillah, we're doing very well now.
Yeah. So you touched point about the fear of rejection, or fear of failure, or fear of I'm not enough, who I am. If I start this business, really, who's going to be a partner with me? Who's going to support me? My father or my parents, my friends, they never opened a business. I'm gonna do it. This is the fears you told about the fear. But here's the question: how to build this muscle? Like you are not afraid of failure. You are not afraid of rejection. You are not failure. Did it come just overnight, or did you feed your mind with the positive things? Maybe waking up every morning, or reading books, or journaling, or doing things. How did you get this personality inside you, the inner things inside you?
The thing is, a long time ago, I was studying. I cannot say that I'm like very much into it, but I was studying Kabbalah.
Okay.
The reason why I like this, it's not really religion. They don't position themselves as a religion, as I don't know how to say it, but anyway,
soul, something related.
What
to the
I
soul,
like about them, the main idea that is never mentioned. I'm sorry, I don't want to offend anyone, but it's not mentioned in Quran. It's not mentioned in Christian. Maybe in Buddhism, I'm not sure, but in Quran and Christian is never mentioned. What they're saying, we came here to enjoy life. Finish. This is the most important thing. And this is the reason why Kabbalah, for many years, it was available only for men above 45 years old, only men and above 45 years old. And I understand why. Because imagine me and you, if we're 18 and everyone said, okay, you came here to enjoy life. Me personally, sorry for telling you that, maybe I will start drinking or going out with the girls, maybe drugs, because I'm enjoying life. Now, when I'm 38, I don't understand that enjoying life is not about drugs, girls, and rock and roll. It's about enjoying the moment. What you exactly doing right now? So, for me, this is the main thing. It's not even Of course, some of the courses can help you.
Yeah.
Motivational courses, I don't know, reading some interesting books. I do that as well. But it's still about your
inside.
Your understanding of this life.
Yeah. So,
I wake up, it's raining. Fine, it's okay. It's amazing. It's water. It's fine. I wake up, it's dark.
Yeah.
It's fine. I don't know. I hit my finger. Okay, it's painful, but that's fine. My life is not ruined because of that.
So something like if you are living in Europe or living in Russia, the people in the winter, they said, "Oh, it's winter. I'm not gonna do anything." And instead of saying, you find a way, go skiing, go do something, find a way. Or here in the summer, it's very hot to go to the beach, to swim, to do sports. I'm not going to do it. It's not what you are saying. It's not like that. If it's summer, do it anyway. You find a way. If it's winter, if you cannot, if you are freezing, you can't go skiing. So there is a way. It's related to the business. You are getting stuck. You have to find a way. This one, so you worked before, and you are now entrepreneur. What is the different mindset between the employee, you think, and the entrepreneur?
First, if you don't mind, let me just give you a small story about what you mentioned now, and to make some conclusion about it.
Yeah.
It's very important to look for the happy moments and enjoy small things.
Yeah.
As an example, because I still remember that, I had a coffee today with my friends before coming here, and there was a girl.
Yeah.
She ordered for the cappuccino. And cappuccino, they brought it, and it was written with this coriander or whatever thing, saying like, "Have a great day." You cannot imagine how happy she is. Like, "Oh, look, such an amazing stuff. It's here. I was laughing, said, "Listen, I believe you're the girl. That's why you're so emotional." But then a mature guy came on board, a friend of mine. He's like 42, so 4 years older than me, 3 kids, wife, blah, blah, blah. And they brought the same hymn. Like, "Oh, Dmitry, look, such a cool stuff." So even I'm far from it. So I'm not even at their level when they enjoy really like a small stuff.
Yeah.
Because if shit happens, you can always find a good thing about that. And one of my friends also mentioned a good phrase to me. If something bad happened to you, there is a good reason behind it.
Yeah.
Always keep that in mind. So what we're talking about?
Yeah, so the life happens for you, not to you.
Exactly.
If you are struggling, there is something.
Yes.
If you do something, I remember, I'll tell you this story really. I am a diabetic person. When I got
you
the
don't
sicknesses,
look diabetic.
Yeah, when I got
I look more
sicknesses,
diabetic than you.
when I got sicknesses 10 years back, I said, why it's happening to me? I'm still young. I cannot enjoy. I cannot travel. I cannot eat what I want. But I didn't know that made me a different person. That made me more disciplined, saying no to the things and building inside me. And also, you said about winning small things. I started to create habits. Like if I win something, say, yes, I did it. I want to do more and more and more and more. That's really important. And my question to you, Dmitry, the mindset of what's the difference between the mindset of entrepreneur and the mindset of employee. I know employee, I'm getting my salary at the end of the month. I have security, I have salary, but entrepreneur, when he's creating something from scratch, he's taking risk, he's doing many things, it should be different mindset.
I can explain it in like 1 or 2 sentences maximum.
Yeah.
When you're an employee, you have the following.
Yeah.
I have to go to work. I'm going home in the evening.
Yeah.
Thanks God it's a weekend.
Yeah.
When you're an entrepreneur, you're saying, I woke up and the full day is my life. It's not divided into your work. It's not divided into your home. It's not divided into your weekend.
Yeah.
Yes, being an entrepreneur is very important to understand that you have time to relax, to disconnect.
Yeah.
Not to rest from work, to disconnect from work. This is slightly different. So you can spend time with your family, with your friends, and keep enjoying life. A little bit of switching. But you're not resting from work. You're just disconnecting. the employee, he wants to rest from work because he's tired. When you're entrepreneur, you're never tired. Recently, I relaunched my consultancy company in August. Now I'm working every day from 10 a.m. because in the morning I have some routine. From 10 a.m. till 9, 10, 11 p.m. I'm going home because a lot of stuff needs to be put in place. I'm never tired. I swear. I come home, I have, I don't know, some water, going to bed, enjoying, waking up, enjoying, because I know I have a lot of stuff to do today. So this is the different mindset. The only thing, my advice for those who are employed right now and want to start entrepreneurship, guys, you have to prepare mentally for that. Because it's going to be super complicated. I was mentoring few people who are going from the employment into entrepreneurship. The most complicated thing there is to understand that by the end of the month, you're not getting paid. You will get money for the actual investment of your time and efforts during the month's time, not for sitting on your chair and doing some mechanical stuff. And this is super frightening for a lot of people. So if you will be afraid of that, you will never start any business. Before leaving your company where you work and going into entrepreneurship, you have to work out this important stuff.
Great ideas, great tips, great advices, and thank you. I think the producer is saying we have just a few minutes here. And I want to ask you this question. This one really will be interesting to end up this session today, the podcast. You start in crypto with a few money. And now, after a few years, of course, you are gaining. So tell us the figures, if it's okay for you, to inspire others to go to the business, to do things. How much you invested and how much your revenue last year, if that's okay.
To be honest with you, I don't want to inspire your people with
money.
With the crypto kind of business, because crypto business up to now it's super complicated thing, and the reason behind that is in crypto you can become super rich within one day. And you can lose everything within one day because the market is super fluctual and there is no proper regulations worldwide. Only few countries in the world are more or less regulated in terms of crypto. Up to now, central bank being the official company from the US is fighting dramatically against the crypto worldwide because they're losing their business. So it's still very complicated. And moreover, I cannot, tell you that we're doing a fortune right now in crypto. But I would better say show you an example for the consultancy because it's more real business. I relaunched it in December as a private consultant because people started coming to me. This is exactly the business from the scratch, from the zero, because I stopped doing it for 2 years. With the zero money, me being alone, only my assistant, I was doing consultancy. In the meantime, I was concentrating only on 2 main free zones, DMCC and Rakes, because the others was complicated for me. I didn't want to waste time. So I lost about 40% of the clients. I mean, not lost, I probably gave it to my friends or said I cannot do it. And I had my assistant on board. We made within, I think it was about 20-25 clients, and roughly we're talking about net profit of $150,000 to $200,000.
Wow, amazing!
From the scratch, from the zero, with zero investments.
With zero invest to 150. It's really amazing, Dmitry. Dmitry, you are sharing a really a success story. You started with the parents here helping you. Then you found your way. Then you failed. Then you became the person who loves what to do. I'm really grateful for you here coming and sharing this story. Thank you for being a guest in Success Story Podcast. Thank you, Dmitry.
Thank you so much. The pleasure is mine. To be honest, it's an honor to be here, and thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, and I wish you all the best, Dmitry.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day. Amazing, Dmitry.
Thank you. Bye.